All right, here we
before
go.
I start, and then I'll start the tape. First of all, I want to bring up the fact that I have a definition of double standards. You'll understand as you hear the tape as it goes on. Double standard is the unjust application of different sets of principles for familiar situations. The concept applies that a single set of principles encompassing all situations, a single standard, is a desirable idea. The term has been used in French since at least 1895. A double standard may take the form of an instance in which a certain concept, often, for example, a word, phrase, social norm, or rule, are perceived as acceptable to be applied by one group of people, but are considered unacceptable, taboo, when applied by another group. A double standard thus can be described as a sort of a bias, morality unfair suspension towards a certain group of the principle that all are equal in their freedoms. Such double standards are seen as unjustified because they violate a basic maximum of modern legal jurisprudence, that all parties should stand equal before the law. Double standards also violate the principle of justice known as impartiality, which is based on the assumption that the same standard should be applied to all people, without regard to subjective bias or favoritism based on social class, rank, ethnicity, gender, religion, sexual orientation, species, or other distinctions. A double standard violates this principle by holding different people accountable according to different standards. The phrase, life is not fair, may be invoked in order to modify concerns over double standards. I read that for a reason, and today is Sunday, October 14th, it's 5:48 in the morning.
I'd like to know one thing. Here we go.
This is Julio tomorrow. Today is November 6th at Tuesday, November 6th, 2012 at 10:30 in the morning. I was noticing on this notice of offer of work that this section to be completed by employee. The employee must accept, reject, or object to this offer for regular work and return this form to the employer or claims administrator listed on the form within 20 calendar days of receipt of this offer, or it will be deemed that the employee accepted the offer and has waived the right to object to the location or shift. And then down below it says, I understand that if my disability is permanent, which it is, and stationary, that the employer has fulfilled its legal obligation
Wait 1 second.
Related to this offer. My remaining permanent disability payments will be decreased by 15%. Whether I accept or reject this offer of regular work at same location or shift. Now I should note that they sent me home on the 5th day. Okay, and they haven't fulfilled their legal obligation. Let me get recording before this is the match. I've been recording for almost 2 years now, breaking all this down, and I come to the conclusion that I worked all year 2010, and I went to work on December 3rd, 4, 5, and 6, and 7 I went to work. I was there half the day, and they just sent me home. That's the bottom line. They just sent me home. I had a notice of offer of work that I received on December 1st. December 3rd I went to work, and then on December 7th they just sent me home. That's flat out. Okay, and I had a permanent disability according to the QME report. And he said I could do my usual customary duties of work. And then I mailed it in. They didn't give me a chance to give it to them, but they held it for 2 months. And then I received it on December 1st, so they knew about it a couple of months before I even got it. So the fact is that in 2012, got a letter from them, whatever it said, and I filled it out. Notice offer of work is sent it in for 10 o'clock in the morning start. Your week overnight, 14 hours a day. And I sent it in registered mail. So that should make it whatever to call me in and go to work, which they didn't do. I've been off work since 3/21/2009. And so that's the bottom line. They can go to court and do all this stuff and discovery and everything, but there's just nothing. The truth is going to come out with the fact that I was just at home. I've been working and working 50 hours a day. They just sent me home. And I've been away. I had a notice of offer of work, and they didn't honor it. And as far as the union is concerned, they didn't even bother with discovery or anything else to find out the truth, what really happened. It was all about he said, she said, they said, and that. And I mean, it just got so bad that they just didn't do anything. They didn't do nothing, okay? And then they gave me arbitration, and then they just reverted to the workman's comp and dumped it in their lap. And I don't think that was right. I shouldn't have been going through all this. And so anyway, I'm waiting for a phone call to report to work for 10 o'clock in the morning. And I don't know why Mike Sadler and the safety manager, James Williams, the transportation manager, don't know this. They know it. They know they just sent me home. There was no reason for that. I got a permanent disability and I got a guarantee for 1 year. And why nobody's listening, I don't know. Because I was working. What they did after December 7, 2010, it's got nothing to do with what happened on December 7, 2010. Nothing. Because everything happened on December 7, 2010, so I should be returned to work. And the fact that the administrative judge suggested they put me to work and they didn't do that. They didn't even ask me how long I should work for. And I have a witness to that. So, anything else in workman's comp as far as treating physician and hearing and stuff. And, you know what? The judge had told the attorney to send me to a doctor, okay, to make it legal that I have a severe profound hearing impairment, okay? The judge said that before he took it off calendar. Okay, guess what? Mr. Belupo and my attorney had an appointment, and you know what they did? They canceled it. After the judge said for them to get me a legal document, and he held a severe profound hearing impairment. Now he should have that when I go to court on October 31st, 2012 in Stockton, California. Now, why the Teamsters don't know all this, I don't know. Why they didn't pursue it or have an investigation, make sure that there's no wrongdoing, I don't know. And why has this case been going on for so long, I don't know. And the fact is that they're going to have to pay me a lot of money because it's true. What I'm saying, I didn't do anything wrong. And I haven't been corrected since 3/21/2009. And the fact remains that they don't want to admit that when I first got hurt, I didn't see a doctor, but worse than that, okay? Because I ended up in the hospital. I had to follow up with Dr. Lovey, okay? But she didn't do that. She sent me home. I ended up in the hospital, okay? And occupational report says the left leg pain, and then the findings on the MRI was low back pain, okay? But it's worse than that. I had a chiropractor for a treating physician, and then the day I had this attorney, he didn't want to treat me anymore because of the conversation with Safeway. I mean, that's got nothing to do with anything. The guy didn't want to treat me, so I needed a treating doctor, and Dr. Grip was treating me. But the only fact is that Dr. Perlosi was my treating physician. So, but I got a referral from both people, and I have the documents to show it. And why I'm having a problem getting him as a treating physician, I don't know. It's just everything is just this and that, and it's just not happening. So, in the car and shit, Eureka run. And I hope the enforcer for the fact that the administrative judge suggested they put me back to work and they sent me the lunch which just sent me home. And they did ask me how long I could work for. And so I wasn't able to bring it up at the last court session because he took it off calendar because I didn't have an interpreter and I didn't have proper hearing aids. So, and I don't know, I could sure use the public support on this matter because it's the truth. It's the whole truth. They just sent me home. That's the bottom line. Okay, now, we don't need to talk about the union 10 days or 30 days because it's got nothing to do with the permanent disability that I have when they sent me home. And it's just been a rough grind all the way through this whole thing. And I gotta tell you, man, I need to get back to work. I haven't been paid any money. I got a little bit of money from the insurance company, but they're only paying me about $175 a week. And when I make $1,000 a week, why is that? I don't know. But it's not right. Everything that's happening to me is all wrong. By Safeway and Safeway Insurance Company, private insurance, their own insurance company. So I hope October 31st the judge sees it and puts me back to work. Because this is not right. Even corporate and Safeway, they should realize that they had an investigation and they checked all this out. Even they must realize the fact that that's what happened when I said. I mean, they're pretty smart people. They know that I worked 2010. And on the fifth day, they just sent me home. Corporate must know that. And why they haven't taken any action, I don't know, because my Saturday safety manager, James Williams, the transportation manager, know all this. But yet, they proceeded not to put me back to work. And that's their option. If they want to do that, that's fine. And I admit, the company doesn't have the right to send somebody home. If they want to, they can fire anybody they want. That's correct, that's true. But if you have a permanent disability and you have a notice of offer of work, isn't it a fact against the law for them to just send you home? I'm not talking about fired. I'm talking about just sending you home. I mean, isn't that a fact? They can't do that. And then he's done it. 72 years old. Why would they do that to somebody that's 72 years old and with 2 kids in university? I mean, it doesn't make any sense why they want to, try to intentionally hurt me. That's the way I see it, because they haven't called me and put me back to work. And I sent this thing registered mail in 2012, so that was. I'd like to know one thing, an update on this, is the fact that when I see Nancy Perdillo on 3/21/2009, she's a technician. She gave me a drug and alcohol test, and I didn't see her make out an occupational report of my injury, which she stated it was a sprain. Now, I had Dr. Huffy on the telephone. I didn't have any x-rays or anything. And the next day, I went to see Dr. Huffy, and I should notice the fact they had me on light duty. And then after that, soon after that, I ended up in a hospital. And you know what? I don't understand that. The hospital made an occupational report out, and Nancy Perdillo didn't, because I didn't receive her receipt. And one thing better than that, which I don't understand, is at the time I see Nancy Perdillo and Dr. Huffy, they never told me anything about some network, and that I had to report to the network and all this other stuff about this and that and everything else. Because my understanding is that I have a right to have my own doctor, okay? And I have a right to go to the hospital, yet they called me and said, no, you can't go to any hospital, you have to go to Tracy. And it's over 100 miles up and back, and there's people that live in Sacramento, Bakersfield, all over. And does that mean they have to do the same thing? It's just not fair. I didn't know, they didn't inform me of anything. So, and another thing, I got a letter from my attorney saying to report to work. And so I called to report to work, and union, they sent a letter to my attorney and me that I was fired on December 16th. Now they sent me home on December 7th, flat out. Okay, I wasn't fired. Okay, so on December 16th, and the union received it on December 17th. Discharge denied, all disciplinary action to be denied and to be put back to work with all back pay and benefits like they do for 1,500 other Teamsters. Well, they didn't do that, okay? And then they were supposed to supply all evidence of all accusations by December 25th, 2010. And guess what? They didn't do that either. So that was null and void, final and binding. You can't change that. And yet they went on with the grievance. Why, I don't know. Okay, and then, like I said before, they canceled all my appointments. But then, I'm giving you an update. I got an appointment with a network, which I'm going to pick one like they want me to, but I don't understand. I'm not a right to have my own doctor. I'm not have a right to do anything, which is fine if that's what it is. But they still have to put me back to work because they flat out sent me home. Okay? Now, the attorney was upset because they didn't put me to work. You know, and I'm sure they checked it out with the insurance company, so they weren't supposed to put me to work. They didn't do it when the teachers told them to. They didn't do it when the administrative judge at Workman's Comp said to. And they didn't do it when my attorney told me to report to work. Now, it's kind of peculiar. But in any event, I want to bring up one important fact. On 4/17/2009, when they canceled all my disability payments and everything, behind a PR2 report that wasn't accurate because they didn't refer to the occupational injury report that was made out by Los Angeles Memorial Hospital about low back pain. Okay, I went in there for leg pain just like I went to see Nancy Bernillo on 2/21/2009. Okay, she said it was a sprain and the hospital said it was low back. So I don't know. Okay, and the important thing is on that 4/17/2009, I received from the unemployment office the conflict of liability. Conflict of liability. And on it it states they don't have a right to decide anything. Okay, and then I received one in 2012, about a month ago. Okay, this is November 1st. I'll say about 2 weeks back I received an EDD thing about conflict of liability again because they ran out of money and I haven't been receiving any money at all. And I haven't received any money from when they sent me home on December 7th, 2010, so they owe me money from December 7th, 2010. Because I worked the year of 2010. Okay? And so anyway, I received another conflict of liability and they don't have a right to decide anything. So that the money has to be paid back to the unemployment office from December 7th, 2010, all the way up to 2012 and ongoing because I guess they're going to extend the unemployment because of my disability, and I faxed them all the proper documents, the release to go back to work and everything else. And so they're paying me unemployment. So that money has to be, that's an issue for Workman's Comp. So when they pay me my back pay, and God help that the judge takes in consideration to put me back to work with automatic retirement on my birthday next year. That's what I'm asking for, and all back pay and benefits. And it's got nothing to do with the union because it's not their jurisdiction, and they're the ones that said to take it to Workman's Comp. Okay, they don't want to give me arbitration. They denied it to do it on Workman's Comp. And which I don't think that's right because I've been in the union for 50 years. I'm 72 years old, taking care of discrimination issues. And the fact that they said they would help me get a hearing aid because of my severe
Hindi mas
profound
mali ba?
impairment, they didn't even do that. And the company hasn't done nothing either since 2009 or before, so not even a hearing test. So anyway, for effect, December 7, 2010, I'll be flat out just taking home. So I'm asking for some consideration to be returned to work with automatic retirement on my birthday in 2013. Okay, for the fact that I don't want to lose my lifetime medical that I paid for out of my pocket, and I've been paying into it going on 10 years. Okay, it's not right because I have a disability and I need it in case I need an operation or whatever it may be. So I'm asking the judge for some consideration, and I'm going to state that life is not fair. Okay, because they put the 1,500 other teachers back to work if they get an offer of work, or the union says put the man back to work with all that pay and benefits if the letter is not sent within 10 days, or they don't prove their accusations within 10 days, final and binding. So that's my update, and this is 2012, November 1st or 2nd, okay? That's about it, and so I'm asking for some consideration, please, because my family is hurting and things aren't good, and I need to keep my kids in the university, and that's what this is all about. I just want to get my kids to the university. My daughter only needs one more year, so I'm asking for that consideration. In the interest of justice, life is not fair. This is Julio Zamora, 1385 El Camino Way, 209-829-1787. Go with God, and I thank you for your patience and listening to this tape. Before I end this tape, I'd like to mention one thing to the judge that I had a lifetime medical plan that I paid for out of my pocket, and I've been paying into it since 2003 or 2002. Almost 10 years I've been paying into that plan. It's a lifetime medical plan, RSVP. Now when they just sent me home, I lost that insurance, lifetime medical. Okay, now that's a separate issue from medical insurance covered by the company from the Health and Welfare Fund. Now this lifetime medical needs to be replaced. So they refused to put me to work, so they were refusing to honor my lifetime medical plan. I had no insurance for my family or myself to take care of my disability if I need an operation. So my lifetime medical needs to be replaced. So they don't want to put me back to work, and I should be compensated for a lifetime medical plan that's a premium. I don't make any payments when I retire from Safeway. So that needs to be replaced. They need to give me the money for the value of that lifetime medical plan, whatever it is. And I should also know that I had therapy, or a therapist come to my house to give me therapy, and I paid for it out of my pocket. So that's the end of that. I've been paying for therapy out of my pocket for some time now. So that'll be the end of that. And I should also note that they intimidated my treating physician, the day I hired an attorney. They didn't want to treat me anymore, but only they treated me because I have an attorney, and so they're being forced to treat me because of that fact. And I've been waiting for a change in treating physician since then. So I hope you take all that into consideration and return me to work. Julio Zamora, 1385 El Camino Way, Los Angeles, California, 209-829-1787.
I should note that it was Diane that said that Dr. chiropractor Pearl, she didn't want. She thinks that she doesn't want to treat me anymore. Pearl, she doesn't want to treat me anymore because they had Safeway on the phone. I should note that my wife was with me, so I have a witness to that fact. So I would like again to invoke the double standards by saying life is not fair. So that'll be it, and thank you for your patience and listening to this tape. And today is Saturday, November 10, 2012. Go with.
Ay, ano, it's work at